Babka is beautiful, tasty, comforting, sweet. Family, love, home, it's basically life to me. Hi, my name is Chef Shimi, and today I'm going to teach you how to make a show-stopping babka. To get started, we'll make our dough. First, we're going to place all the dried ingredients in a mixer bowl. We're going to mix all the dried ingredients together. Then put it on a standing mixer. We don't have to use a standing mixer. We can do it by hand, but it's going to take much more time. We need a dough hook because that's the one you're using for bread kneading. We'll attach the hook and then we'll add the water. Our water are going to be a little warm, between 95 and 100 degrees. It needs to be that temperature in order to help activate the yeast much quicker. If it's too hot, it can kill the yeast, and we don't want that. So we'll turn the mixer on speed number 2, and we're going to start mixing all the ingredients. We're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla. I do vanilla just to get some more aromas into the dough and more flavor, and I just like the smell of it when you're baking. 1 egg and 1/4 cup of oil. The reason I use oil instead of butter is because of the way my mom was baking. We need the dough for about 7 to 10 minutes. It just needs to become smooth and all the ingredients need to incorporate. Ours looking a little bit dry, so I'll add 1 tablespoon of water. It's coming together, and the sign that it's all been incorporated is the fact that the mixer bowl is clean. I like to remove it from the mixer bowl, then put it on a surface and start kneading it by hand for just a tiny bit, just to get a feel of it and to be more of control of the dough. It's one of my favorite parts is to knead by hand. My babka journey started in London, and from there I started baking every day and started getting people contacting me for it, posting it on social media. People wanted to buy it from me. Then I started traveling in Europe, teaching students how to make their own babka. So the babka we make today is not a traditional babka, but it's my interpretation of what I wanted it to be. So we shape it with our hands and we're turning it into a smooth ball. And then we get a mixing bowl sprayed with oil, and we place it in the bowl, and then we wrap it with cling film or plastic wrap. We let the dough rise for about 45 minutes to an hour. While we wait for the dough to rise, we're going to make our filling. I like to roast the hazelnuts because it takes the oil out of it and creates more flavor and more texture. We place them on a pan and then we roast them for about 8 minutes. We'll put these in the food processor and then mix them until they're nicely chopped. You want a consistency that wouldn't be too much of a powder, but still has some texture to it. Now we're going to make the chocolate ganache. I prefer doing the chocolate ganache from scratch because I believe it tastes much better. So first of all, we're going to melt the butter. I use butter instead of cream because it's less heavy and because it makes the layers look more distinct. And as soon as the butter melted completely, we're going to add the chocolate to it and start whisking it slowly. When the two are incorporated, we're going to add the cocoa powder and start whisking until it all dissolves. Then we add the powdered sugar, which is the last thing for the ganache, and we keep whisking it until we don't see any lumps. We're looking for a spreadable consistency, nothing too runny or too thick. Our ganache is ready, so we'll set it aside and start making our syrup. Babka always have syrup, but I kind of made mine a little bit less traditional. To get started, we're going to peel the skin from the orange. I like to use a paring knife. So we're going to hold the orange in the center, and then starting from the top, going towards the bottom, we're going to peel it using the knife. After doing that, we're going to start chopping the orange peel. I like to chop it really fine, but you can do it the way you want to do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. Orange peel is really untraditional. It reminds me of my childhood when I used to make candied orange with my mom, and we used to dip it in chocolate. I love oranges, and I incorporate it almost in everything that I do. So first of all, we're going to boil the water, and as soon as they're boiling, we're going to add the sugar and make sure it dissolves properly. Keep stirring it for about 3 minutes, and then add the cinnamon stick and star anise. Mix it a little bit more for about a minute and add the orange peel to it. I love aromas. Star anise is very Middle Eastern as well as cinnamon. I grew up in Israel. My family originated in the Middle East. So this syrup is a homage to my family and my heritage. It just reminds me of my childhood and everything that I used to love and still love. So we want to cook the syrup with the orange peel in it for about 20-25 minutes. We want to get a thicker consistency, but we also want to cook the peels through. Let's set it aside and get back to our dough. Our dough doubled in size. It looks great. We can remove the plastic now and take out some of the air. I love punching the dough because it's a fun thing to do. So we'll punch the dough, get some air out, start making it more smooth on the sides, turn it into a firm ball again, and set it on the surface. And then we'll slice it in half. This recipe makes 2 loaves. If you have guests, this is the perfect dessert. Every time I make it, because I practice so much and I bake so much, my neighbors are always the ones who are enjoying it more than anyone else, because I knock on people's doors with babkas and just love to give them as a gift because I think they make everyone happy. We start working with one piece of the dough. We sprinkle some flour on a surface, and using a rolling pin, we start rolling the dough from top to bottom and then over to the sides into a rectangle size 21 by 15 inches. So now it's time to bring the beautiful and smooth chocolate ganache and start spreading it on the dough. I love to use a silicone spatula for that because I feel the metal ones can hurt the dough and pinch it. So that's my best tip. After we spread the chocolate on the dough and we make sure it's spread evenly because you want everyone to get the same bite when they eat the babka, then we use the hazelnut and we sprinkle it evenly all over the chocolate. The next thing we'll do is start turning the dough into a roulade. We're gonna work lengthwise. So from bottom to top, we're gonna start rolling it and pressing it very gently just to make sure it stays. The reason we wanna get the tight spiral is because we wanna be able to see these beautiful layers at the end. After you finished rolling the 2 roulades, you let them rest for 15 minutes before we slice them. Have a drink, relax. There's a babka coming. So it's rested and now it's ready to be cut. We are going to use a serrated knife, and the reason being is because, again, we don't want to hurt and damage the babka inside, and we want to keep those beautiful layers. So we'll do it very, very gently and slice it without pressing the dough. Look at those layers. That's exactly what we want. Now we're going to braid. We're going to place one on top of the other in an X shape, and then starting from the center, we're going to start braiding it from the center over to the bottom and from the center over to the top. If you want to do the traditional one, you can just leave it like this and bake it just like the loaves. But if you want to make my classic round, you do the same braid, but you're going to spiral it. Today we're going to do the wreath shape because I think it's a showstopper and it's suitable for the holiday season. So when it's rounded, we'll place it in a round baking dish. We're adding egg wash to give it some color and to create some more strength to the dough. I don't like to use a lot because I don't like pastries that looks like there's an omelette on top of it. But this is why I dilute it with just a little bit of water. So I add 1 tablespoon of water on each egg that I use. And then using a brush, I just brush it really, really gently. You don't want to have too much egg on it because it's just going to hide the beauty of the babka. We're baking this for about 25 to 30 minutes. Our wreath is ready. It looks beautiful. It's golden brown all around. Gorgeous. So now while it's still hot, we want to soak it with syrup. They both need to be hot in order for the syrup to soak into the babka and create the texture we want to create. This is my favorite part of making babka, which is the decoration part and the garnishing. We're going to use rose petals. They remind me scents from my childhood. They remind me of home. And I like to add pistachios because I love the flavor, but I also love the colors. Finally, it's ready. We can eat it. Cut me a slice already. This is like the surprise. I like slicing it, and then you see all of these beautiful swirls inside. This is the most satisfying part. If you end up making this and it doesn't look like that, that's fine. It's still gonna taste delicious. Just keep practicing. Visuals is something that will happen eventually. You just have to keep doing it. Thank you guys so much. I hope you make it and enjoy it. And if you do, please take a picture of it, tag me in it, because I love seeing what you guys are doing with it.